Ulta Beauty is launching a third-party marketplace. According to Chain Store Age, on a dedicated page of its e-commerce site, Ulta Beauty announced that Ulta Beauty Marketplace is scheduled to open in the fall of 2025. The retailer said that the marketplace will be a curated platform offering. Is any marketplace ever not curated, by the way, Anne? A curated platform
I think
offering,
it's a
quote,
dig towards Walmart. I think people just say curated
Walmart and
platform
Amazon.
because they're just like Walmart and Amazon will let anybody on the platform.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
I take from that.
I
Side
think it's
note.
a merchant thing too, honestly, too.
Yeah,
I think it's
right.
both. I think and they kind of cut from the same cloth too. But the platform will offer quote cutting edge tools and powerful tech, end quote, as well as dedicated support from a marketplace team. Ulta is accepting applications via a digital form on its site and said more information is coming soon. Ulta Beauty Marketplace also runs on a platform from digital marketplace technology provider Mirakl, a longtime sponsor of this podcast, I might add. And what do you think is propelling Ulta to jump on the marketplace bandwagon like so
Oh,
many others?
this is such a smart move because for the
Yeah,
first
okay.
time as an Ulta customer, it allows me to access all of the makeup and health and beauty and wellness products that I want in one spot.
Yeah,
There's still, Ulta. It's just like it's very analogous to grocery. Like I can't get all my groceries at Kroger or at
yep.
Walmart. I still make a stop at Trader Joe's or Sprouts or these other places, and that's still very much the case when it comes to beauty. And so what I love about this is that it allows me now to, get the like luxury cosmetics brands that I shop at Ulta for, but then it also gives me access to all of these D2C brands. It also gives me access potentially to drug brands too. And I can use my Ulta loyalty points on this stuff. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
taking and making the best possible shopping experience for me. Not to mention, there's all the money they can make from retail media from all of these new brands that they're bringing on their platform. And finally, I think the beauty of this is that never before has a retailer in this category been able to see some of the adjacencies that are happening with their brand
Yep.
that with products that are outside their
Yep.
four walls. Like
Yep.
Ulta
Yep.
knows that I buy this moisturizer and this foundation and this concealer, but they haven't been able to see like what products am I shopping for in drug? What products am I shopping for online with like a specialty retailer? And so I think this is just creating a flywheel for Ulta that will just propel them into the future. And I absolutely love it. But Chris, I'm not the merchant of the group. So tell me what your thoughts are. Like, what are there complexities to this or things that I'm not thinking about when it comes to like the curated marketplace?
No, I think you nailed. I thought you nailed it. I think what you're essentially getting at, and I was going to bring this up later, but you actually made me think about it now. I was going to bring it up in the fifth headline, but I go back to the podcast we did with Claire Cherry on investor perspectives in retail, and if you haven't
Mm-hmm.
listened to that, folks, it's a really great one. And she changed my thinking about many of the trends that are happening, or at least opened my eyes to them. And I think what you're getting at here is there's so much activity on social media, so many startup brands on kind of the health, the kind of the food or beauty products as medicine kind of trend, like to
Mm-hmm.
for healthier living, right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
as Ulta, there's no way that you can keep up on those, and there's no way. Also, you don't want to invest in them on a nationwide store rollout either. It's just silly.
Yeah.
So but you want to give your customer access to those, and that's essentially what they're doing here. So I don't know, and I come back to it. So the other point that I make too is we've talked about this being the year of the robot. My God, it's also the year of the marketplace. I mean, in the last
Mm-hmm.
3 months since the start of 2025, we've got Best Buy, Janie and Jack, now Ulta. And for me, I mean, ultimately to me, I think the rationale for a marketplace is so simple for the reason, and it goes to what you were just saying, but they're much easier to do than they ever were before,
Mm-hmm.
and hence because of companies like Mirakl, they just make standing them up much, much easier.
Right. Right.
Two, as a retailer, to your point, you don't own the inventory. So you can give your customers more options, which digital, as we've said 1,000 times, and you hit on this too, is about personalization and options. And
Mm-hmm.
therefore, you get high added margin from doing this. And then third, which is the point we haven't really talked about yet, third is retail media. Like
Mm-hmm.
Ulta's growth is slowing. So it wants sales and retail media to be the bump to help juice its performance, clear and simple. And I think every retailer is starting to see that. And that's why you're seeing this growth. And that's why, I mean, honestly, 2025, man, it's explosive on the marketplace front.
Yeah, yeah. I am very, very happy with this. And
You're
I
pumped
think
about this,
I
huh?
am. Well, I think that the loyalty
Yeah, it's
angle is
great.
so smart too. Like, I think this is a category where loyalty really, really matters. And the points that you get, like my purchasing decisions and the locations that I'm choosing to purchase from are driven by my loyalty points that are associated with, with Ulta. So I'm making choices about that. And now that I have so much more to choose from the online marketplace, and being able to get all those brands in one spot, I think is another thing that you can't discount here with the marketplace standing up.
And to your point before too, like if
Yeah.
I know that if I know, and so like for example, if I know you're buying a beauty product, like I imagine there's some correlation there with what food you want to buy. So the CPGs are going to probably want to advertise on this platform from a retail media perspective. So I mean, it just gives so many angles to scale, the retail media play as well. It's fascinating.
Yeah, high frequency. It's like it makes so much sense, especially coming out of grocery. Like this is the next high frequency place that you're purchasing over and over and over again. And so the data is, almost as valuable now as grocery store data. It's like one of the second categories that
Great point.
people after that people are shopping again and again and again. So